I apologize in advance for the one take. I can't be bothered to piece together all the. I actually really underestimated how hard it is to make keyboard content. So huge shout outs to everybody that does it. It's incredibly hard. I am a first time IBM user, a first time buckling spring user, first time nice clicky switch user. And I got the IBM F62 reproduction unit from Modelfkeyboards. I just wanted to post a hopefully not too long video about my experience and my initial thoughts and my week follow up after getting the board. For starters, the initial experience, the board was delivered to me in pristine condition, and it was pre-flashed with QMK software. There was nothing visibly wrong with the board. All the springs were seated in their barrel or on the little flipper. None of the flippers were stuck as well. I had to do a little bit of maneuvering to unseat the springs, flip them to get them to stop buzzing, but there's a tutorial for that on the manual page. The YouTube video on the manual page for the startup was very helpful. Got me through all the steps I had to do. And the board was delivered in 7 business days or 8 business days. It was very fast. I can't exactly. It was way faster than I thought it would be. And I've seen some people mention the physical manual didn't have much information about the board installation. I somewhat agreed at first, but then I actually bought some RAM recently, some Corsair RAM, and the user manual that came with the RAM had no installation instructions either. So I think it's just kind of like a thing, and the manual page online covers any question you could possibly have, which I was very thankful for. One issue I had with the delivery of the board was the replacement foam kit that comes with the first aid package was stored underneath the keyboard. I thought that was kind of strange because it's a very delicate product. But aside from that, and there doesn't seem to be any damage to the foam either. I have it stored in a drawer, so it seems unharmed by the process. But yeah, the board worked immediately after I put on the keycaps and plugged it in. If it was pre-flashed with QMK, so if I wanted to use the standard layout, which includes a function key as the right control, I could have done so. I mean, it was fully functional, which was awesome, because I've seen a bunch of other reviews and they all mentioned how they had varying difficulties in some way with the board. I had no such issues. I mean, I made sure to vertically install the keycaps. I don't have a video of that, unfortunately, but everyone else does in their videos, so it's somewhat obtainable. And the board has so much space in it as well that you can really customize the acoustics to however you want. You could stuff it with way too much foam. You could put it with just a little bit of foam. I'm kind of leaning on the way too much foam side. The ping in the case was ridiculous out of the box, and people say that that's like the artistry of the Model F. I don't know. I can only hear Keychron Q1 board from it, insane levels of ping. It's like the Keychron. It's the Keychron Q1 times 3. It's ridiculous, but it's fully manageable once you just open up the board and get some foam in there and do the floss mod. It sounds awesome now, and I'll have some sound tests after my little spiel, and then I'll have a VIA walkthrough as well for the firmware customization. Might not be needed, as I say, but if someone just happens to find the video and they want a walkthrough with audio, I'm happy to supply it. And the one issue that I do have with the design of the board is the front bezel with the spacebar and Alt and Control. Excuse me. They have the bezel isn't tall enough to cover the bottoms of the keycaps, so there's a noticeable gap from most viewing angles. It's a very small nitpick. JYMV, if you've ever seen his keyboard content, you should check him out. He's an awesome guy. He makes really well thought out reviews. He would have some things to say about this front bezel with the gap, but I personally don't mind because the other three sides are completely enveloped by the case, so it's not like the keycaps are floating out of the case like it is in some places on my Tofu 60 case. There is no gap with the back or the sides, just a bit on the front, and that's my one little nitpick. Across from that, I am so happy to have randomly found the listing for the board. I've been looking for an IBM keyboard at my Goodwill for like a year or so now, a year and a half maybe, and when I saw the listing that was new and in stock and not through eBay, well, I guess eBay's fine, but I don't know. I've had some bad experiences. I just had to jump on the purchase immediately. It was too good to be true. Like seeing the in-stock options with customizable keycaps and extra parts, and I had never seen the website before, and it just randomly showed up in a Google search a couple weeks ago somehow. So incredibly thankful for that. And I was also thankful to have been using a 60% before getting the board. A lot of people in the reviews have mentioned how the 60% it really could use with the function row, or same thing with the 77 key version. Most of the reviews have a quip about how it really could use function keys, to which I say, if I can use it in World of Warcraft and Monster Hunter for like macros and quick key binds and quick crafting, I use F1 through F8. So I don't use all of the F keys, but they're all reachable. If you have an FN key on either side of the board, like my right Windows key is FN, and then my caps lock is FN, and then my right control is caps lock, but I only have that because I'm an annoying Twitch chat user. I mean, most people don't even have caps lock on their board, I'm pretty sure. So it's fully doable to reach all the function keys. That's my opinion on it. I'll now have the comparative sound tests with no mods, freshly built, like fresh out of the box, built, no mods, and then I'll have with lube and foam, and then I'll have lube, foam, desk mat, and then all of that with floss mod. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, I'm very thrilled to have been able to get the board. It's awesome. I love every bit of it. And then the VIA walkthrough will be after the sound tests if you care about that. I'll have the links in the description, or the timestamps in the description. But thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.